start to kick in. All right, so first thing I want to talk about before we get to fundraising, actually, yeah, let's talk about this because this goes with that. Okay, here we go. We'll go in order. So, first of all, the way the fundraising members and customers go into the matrix. Again, customers are paid through the customer acquisition bonuses and the retail bonuses every single month. That's based on the unilevel part of the compensation plan. In other words, your enroller tree. Customers don't go into the matrix. There's no spillover on customers. That's just straight enroller tree. So if someone's only going to ever be a customer, again, they're not going to ever go into the matrix. The people who, the organization is always going to get paid on them. The upline, whoever enrolled the organization is going to get paid on them, and a few other levels. I think we go like 8 or 10 levels. I meant to look at it this morning. In the retail bonuses and customer acquisition bonuses, who are going to get paid on the customers. Now, members, I want you guys to pay attention to this because I don't think that this is clear with a lot of people. I want you guys to understand how powerful this is. The organization itself is not an affiliate, is not a member. Does not, well, it kind of is an affiliate, but it's not a member. It does not go into the matrix, but the organization is going to enroll a lot of members. Those members do go into the matrix. And this is the coolest thing, Nader. This is one of the things that really lined up that I couldn't have designed any more perfectly, is that, you know, like, okay, if you enroll someone and that person becomes a diamond, that diamond is only falling under, you know, a few people in one straight line in the organization. But if you enroll, I shouldn't have said organization, below that diamond. But if you enroll an organization, that volume isn't all under one, like the first person who it falls under. Because the organization itself is not a member, that means that the member that the organization enrolls will go in the highest available position in the matrix following the upline member, which is you, the enroller of the organization. So you're actually, so that spillover is flowing everywhere, not just under one specific person, which means, yes, you as the enroller of the organization, it will all be under you, 100%, but you're spreading that spillover throughout your organization, which helps more and more people and helps the people in the organization who are members. So here's the other cool thing that I don't think a lot of people recognize or realize. So that's number one that I think couldn't have aligned more perfectly, because I like spillover. I like the fact, like, helping more people, and that's what creates the matching bonuses. The matching bonuses are the biggest part of the comp plan. So here's the thing. Even though members who are not affiliates do not earn matrix commissions, if they have members spilled under them in the matrix, because there's no other place for other members to go other than under the people who are already in. So members, whether they're affiliates or not, are going to get people under them in the matrix. So even though they're not getting those commissions in the matrix because they're not an affiliate, we calculate those commissions. And so you, as the enroller of the organization who enrolled the member, means that that's your first generation. All the matching bonuses are based on generation of rank. So you're going to earn matching bonuses. It's not just matrix pay. Yeah, the matrix pay is there, obviously. But the matching bonuses are even bigger, because you enroll an organization, depending on how it's structured and how it falls and all the other, so where I'm looking for, just variables, where how it's the structure happens, you're going to earn matching bonuses on any member who has people under them. And that is where it gets really significant. Give me 1 sec to look at the compensation plan to tell you how much you can earn here. 1 sec. Because the generations of matching bonuses are where the money is. So that means on every single person, I'm pulling this up right now, if you are, where's the matching bonuses? Come on. Scrolled right by it. Okay, oh, there we go. Matching bonuses. All right, so we pay out on 2 generations of silver, 3 generations of gold, 4 generations of platinum, and 5 generations of diamond. So you could earn 15, 20, up to 23% matching bonuses on every single person in your matrix from that organization as they receive, depending on your rank and depending on other people's ranks in there, but up to 23% matching bonuses on everyone, depending on your rank. So that's a really cool thing. So now I want to get into the compression part that I was going to talk about before. I just want you guys to understand, you get both matrix commissions and matching bonuses on organizations and or on the members that organizations bring in. Now, this is something that I mention like every 6 months or so when I remember to talk about it, to mention it. But it's something that a lot of you guys don't even realize that we do, and it's something very unique and powerful that we do with our compensation plan to reward people for being consistent, for being loyal, for staying with the program, for not giving up. So the way our matrix works, because yes, sometimes people drop out. They decide, I don't know, these products aren't worth it, I guess. Or they just don't want to be part of the company anymore. Doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. And so when someone drops out of the matrix, because it's a matrix, that leaves a hole in the matrix. But we don't want holes. We want to keep it tight so that everyone gets rewarded and everyone gets maximum commissions. Otherwise, there's just a hole that doesn't get paid. So if someone drops out of the matrix, and we've seen this happen where it's significant. If someone drops out of the matrix, the person under them in that matrix who's been in the longest, doesn't matter who enrolled that person, just the person under the person who didn't pay their membership will move up in the matrix and inherit all of that person's volume who dropped out. So now, or this has been happening since the beginning, whether you guys have recognized it or not, and a lot of you guys have actually moved up in the matrix and inherited several hundred people in the matrix just because you stayed in. And it makes sense to stay in. You're saving money, you're getting paid, like no reason not to stay in. But if someone quits, they give up their matrix. If they decided to become a member again later, they get a new position in the matrix at the bottom of the matrix, and they'll never get that position back. So once you fall out of the matrix, someone's going to take that spot. So the longer you stay in, you move up in the matrix, and guess what that means? That means that your position that you just moved up from is now empty. So the first person under you will move up into your spot. And guess what that does? That means that person now inherits the rest of your organization, so they're making bigger commissions, and you're getting bigger matching bonuses on that person. So everybody wins just by sticking. Like, it's really cool part of the comp plan, and I think now with the this volume, all the new members and customers coming in from the fundraising program, that's going to be exaggerated even more. We're going to, I mean, maybe not. Maybe no one will ever drop out ever again, which would make more sense than the otherwise, but, staying consistent definitely rewards people for doing that. I wanted to talk about one more thing you mentioned, Nodder. Going to 50 million, 100 million members. Let me put this thing in perspective for you. I got a lot of exciting stuff about the fundraising program I want to talk about, but I was just doing some research this morning. So Girl Scouts, what do they sell? Cookies, right? Now, are cookies healthy? Are cookies something that people want to put in their body? Yes. They taste good. Yes, it's cool to support Girl Scouts. Over 40 million people in the United States alone buy at least one box of Girl Scout cookies. They're doing over $1 billion a year selling Girl Scout cookies. Now keep in mind, this is one organization. Yes, it's a huge organization with tons of branches, but this is one organization selling basically one product line, cookies, right? And I think that they would actually adopt this model too. Like, I think you could probably sign up some Girl Scout troops as an additional fundraiser in Live Good to help raise money because guess what? If you're going to eat cookies, you need your supplements to offset the bad stuff. You need the good stuff to offset the bad. And on top of that, people buy cookies when they hear about it, when they see cookies. No one's on an auto ship or a subscribe and save for cookies, right? And that's that I believe is the coolest part of our whole fundraising program is the fact that